Yo yo yo, my Star Citizens and Noob Gamers. Welcome back to another episode of Star Citizen with me, Menix. And in today's episode, it's just going to be me playing the game over at Pyro, collecting some of my cargo that I've got laying around, and just a little look into how I'm going to start playing the game a little bit with cargo running over at Pyro. So basically, what I've done is I've gone out and I bought cargo in the last one I did. If you watched the last video that I did, I was explaining about factions and why I like this in Pyro, and I was explaining I did a video where I was playing for 5 hours. In that video, I was going to sort of edit that video and put it up, but I decided instead I'm just going to create a new video. And in that video, I bought cargo and just left it around because I knew I wasn't going to be on for long. So I just left it at the places I bought it, and with the fact, or knowing the fact that I was going to come and buy that, come and collect that cargo again later on. So that's what today's video is going to be, just that and the way I'm now looking at cargo running. It's different from when I used to do it over at Stanton. And so I'm over at Starlight Services. I was in my ship, but then I had an issue where the game crashed and I've ended up back here instead of where I was in my ship. So I'm over at Starlight Services and I bought this cobalt last time I was here. So you see I've only got 5,000 credits left. And I bought all this cobalt here. So I've got 119 SEU of cobalt. So what I'm going to do is show you where I'm going to sell this. So over here at UEX, I'm looking here. So it doesn't matter where I bought it because I've already got it. So I'm going to look at places to sell this. So we've got Canard View in Terminus Pyro, where we can select for 9.8 per unit. And we're going to make about 369,000 profit. So we're probably going to sell this for 1.6 million or something like that. We're going to sell this for. And so it looks like the stock destination and that is all good. We've got, what did I say, we've got 139 or something like that, 130 or something like that. So we're probably going to make actually just short of $1 million. We'll get back from this. So we're going to look at the different places. So Canard View. So we'll look on here, Cobalt, where we can sell at Canard View here. They'll only take 200 nod, which is fine. We've got that much. They're Citizens for Prosperity. Now I'm not Citizens for Prosperity. I'm Headhunter. So I might have to go here because they've got, you see here, they've got security level NPCs. So this is where I'm going to have to go instead to sell it. And so that's what I've got to look at now. I've got to look at the places where I can go and sell this stuff. So going back here, so if we're going to go to Golden Riviera, we're going to be able to sell it because it's 200 nod. So let's have a look here at Golden Riviera. We're going to make, again, not that much difference. Probably what, about 60,000 less that we'll make. But that's the price you pay for having certain factions, and the stock destination's good. It looks decent. So let's do this. Now, if I go back here to my thing, to my rep, you'll see here, Headhunters, Citizens of Prosperity, I'm hostile. Headhunters, I am an applicant. And if we go to assets, hopefully it shows me in assets here. So if I look at the different places, can I put in here, I'll keep that as it is. So if I go to open here, so Golden Riviera, if we open that, have we got anything here? So I've got loads of bioplastic over at Golden Riviera. So if I go over to Golden Riviera, I'll be able to pick that up. And go back to here to Pyro. We'll go to Checkmate, open that one. That's what I've got there. Back to Pyro again. Starlight Services. And here you'll see I've got the Cobalt. Pyro again. Pyro 4. Ignis. I've got an Ashland. I've got some Etam. The Pyro again here, and Vertera, Seas Canyon. Doesn't say I've got anything there. And then we go to Pyro 1, Rustville. Doesn't say I've got anything there. So I think with what I remember, I had about 3 lots of cargo. So the Cobalt, and then the Neon, and something else. So I've got that cargo now. I'm going to go and put this onto my ship. Make sure I've got my stuff I need. Yeah. Let's go and do this. I'm going to get some food as well while I'm here. So for anybody that doesn't know, you've got two different ways of putting your helmet off. So you've got the way of putting your helmet off where you just hold it like that. But that's not good when you want to drink and eat. So if you press left Alt and H, what she'll do is she'll attach it to her hip. So then you can then drink and eat and stuff like that. So you don't lose your helmet as well. So let's quick buy that. Got some food. I'm eating some rat. God, you dirty rat. Okay, so the ship's coming up. Let's get our cargo up as well. Let's move all that over. Fourteen size 8s. I've got one size 4 and one size 2 and one size 1. Now I'm going to be doing this, and I'm going to be going to what I would suggest, what I would say is a safe place to go, because I'm going to a headhunter's place. So here, the 4.2 patch, you can now get your Atlas up in the freight elevator, which is going to be a big deal. It would allow me to start using an Atlas more, I think, or whatever they're called, ATLS. It's what I've been calling for myself for a while. Like, why do you bring up the Atlas in the ship hangar? Like, it's just silly. Like, you got to put your ship away to get it out. It should come up in your small elevator or your freight elevator. Okay, so that's the last of the cobalt all loaded in. So I've got 4 down this side with the 4 lots of 8 down this side with the 4 there, 2 lots of 8 down here with a 2 and a 1, and then down here I have 8 lots of 8 down here. So let's go and sell this. Turn ship on. Turn ship on. Turn ship on. Turn ship on.
Starting pre-flight protocols. All systems operational.
Okay, so I'm going to go to
Landing gear.
Golden Riviera. That's where I'm going to. So let's get out of the way of here so I don't get impeding. Golden Riviera. Let's go and find it on the maps. Golden Riviera, there we are. Let's take that, and it's gone. So So as I get to around 10 kilometers away, or up to 6 kilometers away, then I'll switch it to my shields or my SAM mode, or fight mode I call it. Fight mode. I should get a green light into here because I'm part of their faction. There we are, Headhunters controlled area, green. So no issues.
Landing gear down.
We'll land here. Actually, if I land this way, that's where my things are. Just slightly opening doors a bit. Back up a little bit so I'm closer to that. Turn engines off. Turn engines off.
Powering down systems.
Engines off.
Okay, so let's do this. Says the thing. It's definitely up, so there we are. And I feel safe here doing this because I've got the guns above me help that will take targets if anyone comes in that's not part of Headhunters. And if someone does make it in that's not part of Headhunters, you've got the patrols around as well. Now anybody that's not factioned at all, I'm not too sure if they can get in or not, or if they'll get shot at if they do come in. That's something to test, definitely. Okay, so that's all the cobalt. I've sent some down already. Just check here, make sure in the back. There's no more. Cool, all gone. Send these last 3 of 8 down. So there's my bioplastic that I've got here. There's the cobalt that I'm selling. So I've got 13 lots of 8 bioplastic and 1 lot of 2. So I'm going to go and sell this now at this place with the dome. That's the place where you sell them. And maybe pick up some more bioplastic. See what we got. So they've got some ETAM here as well as bioplastic. Notice and hides. So I've got 108 of that, got 119 of that. I thought there was 120. So we're selling that. I'm going to sell it for 1.12 million. Confirm that. And this is the part of my what I do now. So bioplastic, ETAM, and ultraceotoxin. So ETAM, there's 19 here. Bioplastic, there's 58. So what we're going to get more from, the bioplastic or the ETAM, over at, what's it got? So let me go and look at that. So I'll bring this up for you guys. And we'll look here, and so we've got the ETAM, and there's 58 of it, a Golden Riviera, 58. And we're going to sell it. Say we just sell it at the most place there. We're going to make about 222,000. Now we move over to the bioplastic. So what we're getting from that? 3,000, just short of 3,000 per unit. Now if we go to the bioplastic, the bioplastic. Golden Riviera, and say we're going to sell it at Sunset Mesa. We're making about 3,000, 2,000 something on that. So it's better off to get the ETAM and then the bioplastic from there. So that's what we'll do. And then the atruciotoxin, again, so from Golden Riviera, sell it at wherever we're going to sell it, and we're going to make about 1,000, just short of 1,000 on that. So yeah, that's how we'll do that. I'll just buy as much as I can of each of these, and I've got 1.1 million, so I'll just buy as many 8s as I can. So 2 lots of 8 for that ETAM. Accept, and a 2 maybe. Accept. And then we've got the bioplastic, so I'll buy an 8, as many 8s as I can of that. And we'll buy as many 4s as we can, none. As many 2s as we can, none. As many 1s as we can. I'm going to buy 1 of them because that's all they've got. And atruciotoxin, there's a lot of atruciotoxin, but you're not making a lot of money with that, so I might save the money for when we go to the next place to buy. So we've got 20 lots of 8 plus 2, so we've got 22 lots of 8 here. Now I can take, of 8s, I can take 8, 16, 20, 22, 26. I can take 26 lots of 8. So we're good. We can get all those 8s in. And then so we've got the atruciotoxin here. So let me have a look at where we sell again. Atruciotoxin we can sell at Brio's, Baker's Yard, Devlin's Cart, Reclaiming. So I'll look at places here like Patch City or Endgame where we can sell this stuff. What about ETAM? There we are, ETAM, Golden Riviera, and we can sell that over. I've got some of the ETAM at Ashland as well. So we can sell that at Patch City, which is the nearest for the pyro. What was the atruciotoxin Patch City as well? Yeah, Patch City. So I can take ETAM and atruciotoxin to Patch City. What about bioplastic? The bioplastic I can take from there to Sunset Mesa is going to be the best place for us to get. So it's not the other one's not on there, so I'd have to go to Canard View, I think is citizens. So if I go to where I was just looking then, Patch City. So let's go to choose your toxin here, submit, and that go to Patch City. Patch City is rough and ready, so that should be fine to go there. And I think it's a space station anyway, so it should be fine anyway. And we could take the ETAM to that, and they'll choose your toxin. Now bioplastic, we're going to go to Sunset Mesa. So let's have a look at bioplastic. Going to Sunset Mesa as Citizens of Prosperity, so I can't go there. So the place I can go is Ashlands for that. So I'm going to lose a bit of money, but I can go to Ashlands with the bioplastic. But then I can pick up the other neon I've got there. I think I've got neon or ETAM there at Ashland. So that's where I'll go first then. So I'll pick it up and all this up and go to Ashland first. Oh. So I'll pick all this lot up and then go to Ashland first. Oh look, we can pick up a bit more ETAM here now while we was waiting. I can buy that. Cool. And I can buy any 4s. One lot of 4. Cool. I can pick up some more bioplastic as well. Twos. So I've got 23 and I can do 8, 16, 24. So I can buy one more 8 of bioplastic. That. And then 4 Ys I've got 2, so I can do 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can do 6 more 4s. And that's it basically. I've got the 4 lots of 1 and 5 lots of 1, which I can just stick around in different untethered anyway. Yeah, could even buy another 8 of bioplastic actually. Stick it in the back somewhere. Can be a mess, but we'll do this. Okay, let's do it. As much of this as I can. So anything that doesn't go in the thing, we can stay here anyway. Right, let's do it. And the people here won't shoot me. The people that are walking around here won't shoot me, which is good. So there's a little bit of protection, really, just hanging around this area. Sorry if you can hear my coffee machine cleaning itself. Let's pick up all the 8s. First of bioplastic. Make sure we section these off. always seems to do that lately. It just comes up when you select on it. So we've got 13 bioplastic 8s there. Yeah, it's not gonna. We're gonna say it's not gonna. So let's split that to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think I can get. So I only need to split that one then, don't I? Split. Then I should be able to take that one there, that 12 there. Sorry. Bring that up. It needed that to be a bit deeper. So I knew it was 3 by 2. By 3 by 2. I knew that. So I knew I needed 12. Loaded. And the thing is I used to feel like I'd have to rush in Pyro, but I don't feel like I have to rush anymore because I feel like I'm safe enough. All this cargo should fill my ship and a little bit more. Okay, so we've got another 8 of bioplastic that we've got to bring over. I'm going to take that down actually. Side of them fingerprints. Some big fingerprints then. So we'll move the bioplastic over because we need that. That gives us 1 space. Then we've got the ETAM here. Oh, there's some bioplastic here as well. 8s of bioplastic. So let's split that into another 3 because I think I've got space to split. So I've got space I think for that. Where's that? Let's get rid of that. That. Just the 3 over. So that's the 4 bioplastic that I need. In fact, I might as well just bring all the bioplastic. I've got the ETAM. Bioplastic, 4 lots of bioplastic, they'll go in the back. Those 2 ETAM will go in the back. That ETAM will go in the back. That's a 1, that's an 8. Will that go in there? That's a 1, that's an 8. That's exceeding. Okay. Let's just. It's 104. Let's bring up some of these. Bring it up. Did I bring it up? I need 4 on the side here. Bioplastic. That's it. Check. And what I might do is, because depending on how long I play, I might take that ETAM and put it with the other ETAM over at Ashland. And then just bed log off. So that's it. Nothing there. We can pack up and go. Silly. Okay. Ready to go, and we know we're safe at this moment. So we're going to go to Ashland, so I'm going to set my point here to Ashland. Bit of a ways away, that's fine. So it's what's happened is we've changed the way, well, I've changed the way, turn engines on.
Starting pre-flight protocols. All systems operational.
I've changed the way that I'm cargo running. I'm no longer cargo running based on the profit I'm going to get. I'm now cargo running based on the cargo I can get at the areas I'm at of safety. So by being able to go to these places where the headhunters are, I'm able to do my cargo running in peace, and so I'm no longer looking at the profit side of things. I know I'm going to get good profit with the ETAM, but I'm not looking at where am I going to get the best profit, because obviously the best profit we're going to get here is to if we went to Sunset Mesa, but Sunset Mesa is a place I can't go, so I'm looking at what's the best profit for the places I can go, and Ashland is going to be that. But then I can buy some more ETAM over at Ashland, and I seem to be doing alright. I started off with 1.5 million the other day, or 1.3 million I think it was, and I've got all this cargo here, which was probably about 1.3 million's worth that I've got here, plus whatever I had from the other day, and I've got all the ETAM over at Ashland, and then I've got some other stuff at another place as well. So I've probably got, you know, 2.5 million. So I've already made close to over 1 million just with the way I'm doing it, buying it and just leaving it and just doing my missions or whatever I'm doing at the time. But just when I see cargo, I buy it. So yeah, when I see cargo at a place I'm at, I'll buy it and I'll come back and get it later on. So that's the way I'm doing my cargo running now. Not so much just on pure profit. I'm actually looking around at what's available for me to buy. I'm still looking at the profit margins and making sure that what I am buying is profitable. So like I bought the ETAM and then the bioplastic, because the ETAM is more profitable, the bioplastic, and then the L-Truciotoxin, which I didn't touch because the L-Truciotoxin was less than 1,000 per unit, whereas the ETAM was, I think, 4,000 or 5,000 per unit, and the bioplastic was about 3,000 per unit. So yeah, it's looking at that, but that was the top price. But obviously you've got to then look at where you're taking that from there. So it definitely changed the way I'm doing things. So here we are coming into Ashland now. Again, the Headhunter's place, so this should give me protection once I get in there. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to drop off the bioplastic to sell, drop off the ETAM and buy more ETAM here and just store it here, and then head off into space and bed log off. And so this is the point now. I can now buy cargo and just not worry about it. I can just leave it where it is and just deal with it another time. Obviously I've got to be aware, like with mining and stuff like that, that we you know, if there's an update, we're going to end up losing it. So I have to sort of also keep an eye on that. So there's the selling port there. There's a place to put it. So let's do this. Gear down, yeah. Turn engines off.
Powering down systems.
So anybody that wants to know about my voice control, I'm using a program called Emily. We do have a 25% off in our description. Really enjoy using that program, guys. The guys over there are really good at Emily. Emily Advanced voice software. Really good they are. So yeah, that's what I'm using for this. Really good it is, especially like because I use a pad. So torch on, get my thing out, and let's start getting some of this bioplastic loaded. Well, actually, I'm going to load everything into here because obviously I'm going to come off and do things I need to do in real life. But this is how I am now running cargo. Okay, so that's the first lot on. Lower that. So I've got here ETAM. I've got 8 or 9 lots of 8, so a lot of ETAM here already. And then there's all the bioplastic what I've just loaded. So let's bring that back up. Let's start on the next lot. Torch on, thing out. Bioplastic. So that's the second load. Not full, but it's fine. Right, last load. So that's the rest of it, of the bioplastic. Make sure there's none around this side. I just noticed one of them disappeared and I had to go and find it. It was over there somewhere. Just make sure there's no more. So I should have about 124 bioplastic plus another 8, so about 132-ish bioplastic, maybe a little bit more. So we've got 314 here altogether. 314, I had 9 lots of 8, so I should have had 80, which would leave about 220, 230 odd. So it seems about right, it works out about right. So that's the one building we want there with the dome on it. Normally one round here at the front, but not today. It's there. Okay, so let's see what we've got. So we've got loads of neon here that we can buy and loads of ETAM, and we'll look at the prices of that. So let's have a look. Ashland. So we've got loads of ETAM. We've got 105 ETAM already. So we've got 209 bioplastic, 22 lots of 8, a 1, and 8 lots of 4. So we're going to sell all of that for 1.21 million. So we're not going to sell it all actually. We're going to sell only part of it. We can only sell 200 and... What can we sell? Only that much. So we're going to sell that. Confirm. Accept, and then so I've still got 40 that I can sell here, but it just means that that bioplastic is very high inventory, so it's just something to watch out for. And so I've got ETAM now and neon. So what I'm going to do is look at the prices of those. We ain't got no plague. So prices of ETAM and neon. So the ETAM is only 77 and neon there's 170. So let me bring those up. So let's go to ETAM. And we'll just look at where we're buying it. Ashland, where we're buying it. And just say we're going to what's the price. So we're going to make about just short of 2,000 per unit here. And I think if we go here and do it as well, we could do that. So we go to ETAM here. It should tell us the profits here as well. So we're going, about 2,000 profit we're looking at. Now the lowest price is that. So 6 to 10 is 4,000 profit if we're buying at Ashland. So it's just short of 7. So about 3, 4 if we sold it here. So it just depends where we're going to sell it. So it's a good price. That's not the price there. I don't think. I'll have to check in a minute if it's 8 or 6. I think it is 6, not 8 when we're looking a minute. And then the ETAM, the neon should I say, is going to be neon. And we're getting it from Ashland. They're saying we're buying it for 6. And we're going to sell it for 8. So we're going to make about 2,000 profit on that. So 3,000 on the neon, on the ETAM. Sorry, so the ETAM's the better one. And looking for on neon. Neon at Ashland, buying it for 6 and selling it for 8, so 2,000. So we're making 3,000 on the ETAM. So let's take that back. Right. So it is. If it's 6, it's so ETAM is 7. So we're making 2,000. We're making about 2,000 on each of those. And I've got a load of ETAM already. So let's just buy the ETAM. So I've got how many? 12 lots of 8. So the ship can hold 8, 16, 20, 24 lots of 8. But I'm just going to buy as many as I can because I'll just always come back for it. So I've got 1.45 million, plus I've got 105 ETAM and this many bioplastic. Now, can I sell any more of that? No, I can't. It won't let me sell any of it. So we'll just keep. We'll just buy what we can here with the ETAM. So I'll buy 9 units of that. Confirm. Accept. So they're very low stock. So we'll buy a 4 as well. Accept. And then we'll buy as much neon as we can as well. 17 for 800,000. And I'll just take what I can from this and just go and sell it at different places. So what I'll do is I'll end up coming back and having a look. So what have we got? We've only got 17k left. Yeah, so we can only buy a 2, basically. Until I can sell some more of this bioplastic here. So when I come back to pick this up, I can sell the bioplastic then as well and buy some more. So that's it. So I'm basically back down to pennies again, a couple of thousand. But I've got 181. So let's see what I've got here. So if I've got 40 SCU of bioplastic. And 40 SCU of bioplastic, 138 and 181 ETAM and neon. I'm just going to do some quick math, 1 sec. So the neon, 181. Is it 181? The neon, 138 neon. So 138 neon, I will sell for. Where's the price here? I'm going to sell 138 neon for about 1.2 million. So the neon is 1.2 million, and then there's 187. I think it's 187. Yeah, 181 ETAM. 181 ETAM is going to give me 181 ETAM. It's going to give me about 1.6 million. So I've already got about 3 million. I've got about 3 million wrapped up. Plus I've also got the 40 bioplastic, which I'm going to sell in a minute. And that's going to give me a profit of about 200,000, just short of 300,000 as well. So I've got about 3 million. Then I've got stuff elsewhere as well. So if I come off here, I think I've got stuff elsewhere. Just come off that. Can I sell? Max? No. to come off it and then see if it lets me sell again. And then I've got some other stock somewhere else as well, because I had other stock in a different place. So I've got Ashland. Can I sell any of that? No. So we're going to be just waiting for that now. And then I'll buy some more stock when I can. If not, I'll just come back. But if we look at my assets here, I think in Bloom, I've been to Bloom. So Pyro 5, Ignis, open. So Ashland, that's where I'm at. So let's go to Pyro 5, open. Vetra, Sears Canyon, open. So there's nothing there. And then we've got Pyro 1, Rustville. Nothing there. I'm sure I had stock at 3 different places. So I'll have to find out where that other stock is. It's going to be in one of these other places. So Bloom, Bueno Ravine. So there's nothing there. Pyro, Bloom, Golden Riviera, nothing there. No, I went to Golden Riviera, didn't I? Yeah, I went to Golden Riviera. So I went from the space station where I had something to Golden Riviera where I sold stuff. And then bought what I've just bought just then, and then I come to Ashland. So there's the 3 places, yeah. So basically I've got about 3 million tied up now. I started off with about 1.3 million, so I've made about 1.7 million altogether. Just doing this. So I can sell that now for just short of 200,000. 1 lot of 8 and 4 lots of 4, or 5 lots of 4. So I still have 3 lots of 4 as well on top of that. So I've still got 3 lots of 4. So probably about another 100,000 on that. So I've got 200,000 here to buy some more ETAM or Neon. So let's buy some more ETAM. I'm down to 415 SEU, but I can get rid of this here. This power plastic is going to give me a, maybe short of 100,000, maybe no, probably about 50,000. 3 lots of 4 of bioplastic. Let's have a look. 3 lots of 4 bioplastic. So 3 lots of 4 is going to be 12. So I'm looking at about 70,000 profit on that. It's saying. Good. That's it's not bad. So what I'll do is I'll go and log off and I'll come back and then I'll sell that bioplastic next time I come down and buy some more of that's Neon or ETAM and then start thinking about where I'm going to start selling that stuff. Yeah, so that's that, guys. That's the way I'm trading now. I'm going to just go back to the shape, head off upstairs. And from there, then I'm going to just bedlog and just chill. Come back on it later on or tomorrow, and just start doing some more. And that's the way I'm going to be doing it now. Obviously, I've got to be aware that I don't buy cargo and leave it around just before a wipe. I've got to make sure I come on and get rid of all that cargo before the wipe. It'd be nice that once they sort out the cargo and the mining stuff, that it stays when there's a wipe. That I can't wait for that to happen. Then you can just freely just play around then. So we've got loot wise here. Let's have a look. So get some of that definitely. Some water in my backpack. Some of that in my backpack. Definitely have some of that. Some food. Definitely have some of that in there. On this side. Food. You know, I was talking to Aaron earlier on, or Kilthanis earlier on, and we just don't do enough looting now. They killed off the looting with this inventory system. New inventory system. Right, guys, so I'm going to call this one. I'm going to call this one a night, and yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this, and yeah, I'm going to go on bedlog and come back on later. So yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments, guys. How are you doing your cargo running now? Is this any help to you? Would you consider this now for cargo running this way? And yeah, we'll see you guys at Universe.